It's amazing to see a couple of years ago, and this is circulating right now, but a couple of years ago, Jim Carrey, familiar name, you would think.
Yeah.
Big-time actor, right?
Big-time actor. The
Really
Mask, The
funny
Grinch.
guy,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But something, he's gone through a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden here he is with a group of former prisoners. Prisoners, some people that made mistakes, and he's talking about the mistakes that he's made in his life and how he's found forgiveness and how he's found grace. And here he gets to a point where he's relating with the former prisoners that made some mistakes in their life. And he starts talking about Jesus with them and starts out by saying, hey, you just by being here. And here's what he says.
Ultimately, I believe that suffering leads to salvation. And in fact, it's the only way that we have to somehow accept and not deny, but feel our suffering and feel our losses. And then we make one of two decisions. We either decide to go through the gate of resentment, which leads to vengeance, which leads to self-harm, which leads to harm to others, or we go through the gate of forgiveness, which leads to grace. And your being here is an indication that you've made that decision already. You've made the decision to walk through the gate of forgiveness to grace, just as Christ did on the cross. He suffered terribly, and he was broken by it.
Kind of hard to hear, I know, but he's talking about you just by being here. You've said that you're indicating that you want to cross into forgiveness and into grace, and Jesus suffered and he died on the cross. I'm paraphrasing what he's saying. But man, he's talking some real stuff with these former prisoners here.
He is. And he even said, at the beginning, before this started, there's two choices. There's the path of resentment and there's the path of forgiveness. He said if you choose the path of resentment, that's what may lead you into harming someone else or, just making bad choices in your life. It's when you choose forgiveness that change kind of happens. And think about Jim Carrey, the people that know his name. I would say billions know his name. And he's talking about forgiveness that he's found in Jesus. And even goes on to talk about the sacrifice that Jesus made. So my takeaway from this is that Jim Carrey believes everything that he is saying. It's pretty amazing.